Hello everybody, and welcome back to Silverstone. We checked in on some of our friends. We're going out, doing things, hiking the trails. It should be a fun time, right? I think so. Compared to the trail from earlier, the hike up to the cliff is tranquil. The path is fairly smooth, with no roots jutting out from the ground, and it's devoid of trash or anything that could seriously injure me. Memories of the past flood my mind as I continue to walk up, and it's almost as if I can see ghosts of our former selves running up ahead. Mason would tell us to hurry up, while June, Silas, and I would try to race him. Meanwhile, Kelsey would take her time walking up, and Jake would be the wild card. Once Mason and I had to go home before, before we had to make it up the trail, since Jake jumped on on my shoulders, and I ended up with a face full of dirt and blood. Well, that's enjoyable. That's childhood, right? I wouldn't know. I didn't hang out with people like that. I pop out of my nostalgia as I see something I don't remember from my childhood. A gravestone that's starting to collapse on the side of the walkway, sorry. I bend down to examine it, praying that I don't fall over or break it as I come down. It reads, "Here lies Jezza? Jezza Atterbury. Atterbury. He still lives in our hearts, even in death. December 7th, 1899. Well, that's a year." The death date is shipped off, though I'm fairly certain I see what remains of the 7 on the end. I can't even fathom how we didn't notice this as a kid. If if we did, we would have been that bright-eyed, especially here. We wouldn't be, yes. Lost in that sentence I was. Before I can think further on the matter, a gust of wind assaults me as I step out onto the open cliff. Oh, look at this. It stuns me to see how far from town I actually am once I make it to the open grass. The bench I had been sitting at a few moments ago is now nothing but a speck from this high up. To be honest, I don't know what I expected coming up here. The itch is still there, but it's morphed from an innocent curiosity into a fervent anxiety. A branch snaps behind me, making me jump in surprise and land in a pose, with a foot still in the air. The shadowed person brushes some of the leaves away, allowing me to see their face. "Chill! It's just me." "Oh, cool, it's the raccoon." Jake steps out onto the cliff to join me. He's holding a bag of groceries, as well as what used to be a 6-pack of cheap beer. "But I wanted some apple juice." I'm a juice kind of guy, guys. I need to go buy some soda. I haven't bought soda in a while. I've been buying juice lately. I don't know, man. I just had the craving for some juice. I had some apple juice, some lemonade, bought a thing of cranberry juice. It was nice. But I want to be unhealthy, so let's buy some soda next time I go to the groceries. 2 of the plastic rings are empty, leaving the 4 remaining cans lopsided as the raccoon carries them. He scratches behind his neck, embarrassed before sitting himself in the grass. "I got these for everyone, but, vices and all that." "Well, I don't really drink, so..." "Oh, no? No shit." "Yeah, I went on a bender a couple years ago when I left Mom's. Let's just say I found myself back at Mom's." I lie down next to Jake, letting the blades of grass brush my ears, and I breathe in the fresh air. It's not long before I feel a bit drowsy, but Jake pats me awake. "Yo, your wrist's okay?" "Huh? Oh, yeah, they're fine now. I don't know what caused that." "Mind if I ask something?" "Shoot." "Why'd you come up here? I saw you at the entrance and got curious." "Oh, well, I've been having some bad nightmares lately. See, I'm in the town, but it's like a version you'd see in a horror movie. Shit goes sideways, nothing makes sense. And this cliff has a lighthouse on it." Jake's interest is piqued. A shitty smirk aimed right at me. He leans back, the tip of his fur scratching my nose before kicking my shin. That's why you came up here? I know it's dumb. Nah, dreams are weird and can make us do weird things. Plus, it brought you up here. Remember the campout we attempted here as kids? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Didn't you have to go to the hospital from burning your hand? That was a science lesson. I really didn't want to learn the hard way. Jake sits up, showing me his hand. There's a scar from where he had burned himself with a metal marshmallow stick as a kid. Wow. Kids do be kids. Gotta figure out things the hard way, right? Does fire hurt? Yeah, fire hurts. I grazed through the fur and onto his paw pads, coloring the usually black palm with a light brown streak. If Kelsey's dad hadn't come when he did, that could have been really bad. The one time strict parenting helps someone. The air becomes a bit heavy at the mention of the topic. From what I can recall from our chats, Jake pretty much cut his parents off after he turned 16. After his mom remarried, I rarely saw her or his stepdad. We saw plenty of Jake, though. You're good, man. You're zoning out a bit. Huh? Oh, yeah. I'm just a bit tired. Think I'm going to take a short nap here. Huh. You sure? Yeah, I'll be fine. Well, okay. But I'm going to stay here just in case. I'm not going to fall off the cliff, Jake. Oh, just go to sleep. The raccoon shoves his hand in my face, and I flail my arms with futility before he backs off. Okay, man. We both laugh before watching the sun start to creep down, my eyelids mimicking its pattern. I can hear Jake lie back down as I start to fall asleep. I just hope I can have some peace for 20 minutes at least. Aww. Oh, is that? Oh, is that friend? What is this silhouette? Look at this friend. Yeah. No idea who that is. Zeke! I'm startled awake by the raccoon, whose frantic look concerns me. I wipe my arm across my brow, which has become drenched with sweat. The sky is no longer a vibrant orange, instead being washed out with green and blues as twilight starts to fade. How long was I out? Dude, you were out cold. I've been trying to wake you up for, the past hour. You just stayed asleep looking. Jake stops himself, looking down at the grass. It's only now that I notice he's on top of my stomach. The beer is thrown to, another part of the cliff. Okay. I twist myself around and Jake gets off. There we go. He collects the beers and comes back to me, his hands descending into his pockets. The others should be driving back to the motel by now. We're gonna have to take the trail back there. I gulp as the idea crosses my mind. The image of stepping onto a needle in the dark haunts me. Oh, okay. Jake sighs as my voice wavers. I do agree with him, somewhat though, since it's the fastest way to get back on foot. Come on, let's go. Beers are warm. Jake walks on ahead of me into the pit of darkness created by the trees. He turns on his cell phone flashlight and beckons me over. You're okay, right? Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, just, let me know if something's up, alright? You were stiff as a stone. I tussle his hair. What? Yes. And my left foot lands into the middle of the light. Tussle? Okay. Just making sure I'm read that sentence correctly. The trails become even brighter when my own flashlight joins his, leaving Jake's fur flushed white. I'm okay, Jake. Don't worry. Are you okay? Jake covers his eyes as he walks towards me, shielding them from the glare of my phone. He brushes past me, and the raccoon I usually see returns as he runs down the trail. Never better. Come on, let's get back already. Hey, wait! Jake disappears into the trail, and I nearly trip as I chase him down. Our footsteps are drowned out by the waves crashing onto the shore, and his laugh almost joins them. Whenever I look up from the light on the ground, all I can see are those eyes staring down at me. Jake holds my shoulder as he guides me through the trail. The bag of groceries hits the back of my arms and my chest like a pendulum. Despite the light, we still come across surprised obstacles pretty often. Unlike myself, Jake just kicks the needles into the brush as we walk, seemingly fearless. I mentally admonish, that's what that's, admonish him each time, air hissing through my teeth with each disposal. The idiot chuckles at my concern, just yanking me through the trash as we reach the hotel. We're met by the buzzing of fluorescent lights as we enter the motel parking lot. Either the owner can't afford to charge them, or just doesn't care. Half the lights are already burnt out. Mason's face is brightly illuminated by the one near our room. He's sitting on the ground outside the door, nervously biting his nails on one of his hands while holding his phone in the other. He bounces up as we approach him, nearly falling back as he lands awkwardly on his feet. Jake gives him a wave with his now free hand, and I struggle to hold back a giant yawn. Hey, I was worried when the others returned without you two. The frown on Mason's face places a weight of guilt on my shoulders, and I almost apologize, but Jake steps up. I doubt we would have fit in the SUV anyway. I got 2/3 of a six-pack as well. Someone was gonna walk back anyway. Mason doesn't seem entirely convinced, to be honest. I don't think it would have worked on me either. The dog lets out a deep sigh before yawning, though, seemingly too tired to argue right now. Well, at least you're okay. The others are actually inside our room now. Huh? Why? Silas and June spotted something in town and they thought it might be fun. Well, probably just Silas. What is it? Probably a board game. Something of that. Maybe a movie. Mason opens the door to our room, the two of us standing there in confusion. After the dog enters, Jake follows, and I see him toss the beer onto my bed. Okay. I hold up my phone and check the time. What time? 10 p.m. That's what time I usually wake up. I must be going crazy. It feels like the time here doesn't make any sense. I swear we aren't gone that long. I shove my phone back into my pocket and head into my bed, where the others have already gathered to collect their share of beer. Why is the beer so warm? June looks down at his can of beer with disappointment before taking another sip. He grimaces as he drinks, and I can see a bit run down his muzzle. Can you blame this doofus for sleeping so long? Oh, you can blame this doofus, okay. Sleeping. Kelsey raises an eyebrow, and I can feel several eyes on me. I leer at Jake, who tries to pull off an innocent look, but ends up looking constipated instead. Oh, hi. We went to the cliff where we used to play. I kinda took a nap. Kind of? You did! Jake pokes my chest as he readjusts himself, lying his head where my feet would be. Meanwhile, Mason and Silas, that's what it says, are shooting glum looks at their beers. That sentence really got away from me. Kind of happens on occasion. It seems like we'll need the cars for beer runs. Or you can just not get those things, you know? Who drinks beer anyway? Do you all like drinking beer? I'm not an alcohol kind of guy, like at all. It's just... I didn't even drink when I turned 21. Remember I was with family and they were like, do you want to order beer? Alcohol? There's wine as an option, and I just went, no. They're like, okay. That's the kind of person I am, guys. Anyway, hey, you guys have an idea for something we could do tomorrow? Silas's ears perk up like a kid getting to choose a full-size candy bar on Halloween, while June looks down. I guess he was roped into this rather than being a willing participant. You know, you all know the bar down by the resort, right? Oh, you mean Hurley's? Oh, not anymore. It's called Sam's now. Same owners, surprisingly. Huh. Wonder why the name changed. Well, on Friday, they have 2-for-1 special. Some drink called the Silver Bullet. Bullet? Sounds strong. Anyway, we thought it could be a fun activity. Go early tomorrow, look around town while the alcohol wears off, then play some card games here or something. Silas's voice begins to trail off the longer he goes. His smile turns into a timid frown, but it's quickly erased by Mason patting him on the back. I think it would be cool to do. Plus, I look up the menu and the drinks has a whole story behind it. Definitely a tourist trap, but at least there's lore. Okay. Of course the, history buff is pulled in with that. June shoots a judging glare at Mason before sipping his beer again. Words seethe through his teeth as he tosses the can into the garbage bin across the room. If anyone else is going, I'll join. Wait, you already said yes, Kels? Yeah, I was there when they found it. I think it'd be fun. A little prehistorical celebration. I audibly groan at the pun. The only one who seems impressed by it is Mason, to no one's surprise. Wait, Zeke, you don't drink, right? Wait, really? I'm sorry, I didn't know. I think I can handle one celebratory drink. I still have wine at, weddings and stuff. You sure you're okay? Yeah, I'll be fine. My irritation creeps through a bit too much, taking Jake aback. Sorry, just checking. No, my bad. I'm just not a kid anymore, guys. Mason rescues me from the predicament, although just seems only half convinced. The dog chucks his can at the garbage bin like a baseball, horribly missing his target. That doesn't seem to break his conviction, though. So, when should we leave? 10 a.m. good for everyone. Yeah, we all would have eaten and everything. It should be good. Silas and June both nod, while Jake gives a thumbs up. I just flash a smile, which Mason returns to me, twice as large. All right then, let's get to sleep, everyone. Kelsey, June, and Silas pile out of the room, and Mason starts to get into his pajamas. Jake fiddles with his phone on the bed before I poke his chest. Hey! Sup? He shoots me a cocky grin before I direct my eyes to the bed. Oh, right. The raccoon scampers off, flopping over onto his and Mason's bed. I kick my shoes off and sit down, staring out the window at the sky across the motel. I barely notice myself falling asleep. Oh? Do I have to click button? Oh, it's like the stairs. Okay. I'm at the bottom of that damn lighthouse. It's almost a relief to not have a pseudo-intellectual conversation with that person for once. On the other hand, it's just boring. I feel like I would make it my life's mission to make the ink doggo just annoyed. Just ask stupid questions. Be like, how do you shower? When you touch paper, does it leave little ink blots? What do you do? What do you do here, friend? Do games? Play Vanguard? I sometimes play Vanguard. We can do that, you know. We can have fun here. We can do things. I still have a Yu-Gi-Oh deck if you like a bad card game. I still pull out Umi Control every once in a while, you know? Remind people of the good old days. I get up off the ground and start heading up the stairs. The voices I start to hear are unmistakable, though the words they say are questionable. I jump when I hear a pistol cock, only to see nothing behind me. What? Oh, okay. Mason, I was not expecting a familiar voice, you know. No, what was best, Zeke? What? Next, I'm assaulted by the jeers of what I can make out to be an angry mob. Their cries calling for blood. Worry. I can fix this. My footsteps bleed away from the cold stone to the crunch of gravel and dirt. The stairs remain the same, so I accept it as another hallucination. Have to be better than this. I didn't think I was scared, but I can feel my fingers tremble as I graze my hand along the railing, guiding my way through the dark. Do this. Not again. I nearly fall back down the spiraling stairs when a shotgun blast rings out from behind me. Despite being just a hallucination, the sound and voices seem eerily real. What was I supposed to do? I see the top of the sight. Wait, see the top in the sight, that's what that says. And put forth another step, fading into the abyss once again as the stairs vanish beneath me. I wake up in the midst of falling out of bed. The back of my head nearly hits the wall, and the pain from landing on my rear makes me let out a loud yell. Mason snores as I curl up into a ball, massaging my tail from the impact of the fall. Eventually, I reach up and grab my phone. The screen blinds me for a brief minute before I see the time, at 2 a.m. I pull myself back into bed and try to fall asleep again, but I'm wide awake from the shock of it all. I pull out a defeated sigh before grabbing my room key and stepping outside for some fresh air. The breeze outside is a bit uncomfortable in my thin pajamas, but at least it isn't as stuffy as the motel room. I occasionally scroll through my texts, wondering if the signal ever picks up, but I spend most of my time looking through the trees. But my mind keeps wandering back to the nightmare. Those voices don't seem like my friends. I can't shake the feeling that something is wrong out of my brain. I try to tell myself it's just some stupid made-up paranormal. Fucked up paranormal, that's what that says. We PG-13 here. The yells I can hear from around the corner didn't help my case. I just wish that whoever is there would shut the hell up and go back to bed. Eventually, I've had enough and just give up on letting the anxiety pass, opting to go back in. As I unlock the door and enter, I notice something's off. Jake isn't next to Mason. Oh. Jake go missing! Oh, it read! Oh, let's go! We're gonna go around the corner, and, Jake's gonna be decapitated in the forest. That's what's going to happen. That's it. That's what's going to happen. Alright, everyone. I'm going to end the part here. So I hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys around. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Silverstone. That was a fun night we had, right? Went up to the cliffside, took a nap. It was not awkward at all. Had some fun trail activities with Jake. And we got some plans to have in the Alchema Halls, I think today. Probably today. Look, it's hard to remember things, okay? It's hard. And I have my mind on other things. So it's fine. It is a new day. And that's what matters, right? As I put on my shirt, a microwave hums fill the motel room. The sporadic mechanical pops coming from it doesn't instill me with much confidence in its capabilities. That's what we want. A microwave that's just popping and sparking, shooting out electricity into the ether. Mason pulls the breakfast burrito out as soon as the loud beep quiets the infernal beast, not even hesitating to take a bite out of it. He doesn't even get the chance to smile at his meal, spitting the bite out into a tissue before looking at the expiration date on the wrapper. Cold and rancid! It's cold? It was in the microwave to put it in a bit longer. The dog weakly tosses the burrito into the garbage bin, taking a long sip of his soda and gargling. You gonna be okay? Yeah, I'll just order something there, I guess. I swear I can hear Mason's wallet cry for help at the thought of buying bar food before happy hour. Light bursts into the room as Jake returns. Neither Mason nor I saw him when we woke up this morning. Mason assumed that Jake had just gone on an early morning walk, but I had my doubts. He went and performed murder. That's what I'm thinking. Either that or he was murdered and is now replaced by the ink doggo. These are not real guesses. This is just my mind wilding out here. Although, I think Mason does now too, seeing the shoulders of the raccoon a coat dry and damp. Where have you been? Man, we Akihiko today. Jake brushes past him to the restroom, turning on the sink as he enters. He grabs his toothbrush, lathers it with spearmint toothpaste before he answers. I went for a swim. Even Mason shoots a judging look at the raccoon. Given how filthy the pool was when we last saw it, Jake keeps at a distance and not even shouting back at the two of us. Are you okay, man? Jake nods, though ever so slightly. That's what that says, Josh. Foam from the toothpaste is all over his chin, and his spit is running down onto his hand. I just didn't see you when I woke up last night, or this morning, so, Wait, you woke up last night? Mason's interruption gives Jake an out, turning around, then closing the door behind him. The dog, almost as if he senses my irritation, looks away and takes a long and hard slurp of the soda. Honestly, I didn't know how you slept through it. I fell out of bed and everything. Wait, really? Yeah, I'm fine. I checked the time on my phone, but now we're officially late. I pull the curtains back a bit, expecting to see the other three standing outside waiting for us. To my surprise, however, neither them nor Kelsey's SUV are anywhere to be seen. See, they already left. We gotta get going. Just get in that truck. Hey, did you run into the others when you got your soda? No. I just got it and came back. Why? Kelsey's car is in here. Wait, they already left without us? It only crosses my mind for a moment, but I wonder if Jake's uncharismatic attitude and the others leaving has anything to do with last night. Our ears perk as the water stops inside the bathroom. Jake steps out, wiping his chin with his jacket sleeve. I ran into them when I was coming back. You did? Why didn't you mention anything? He's here for literally 30 seconds. He wanted to get his teeth brushed. We got time. Where's calm down? Fuck, I don't know. Slipped my mind, I guess. Hey, no need to yell. Jake crosses his arms, digging his fingers into them. He kicks the ground with one of his legs, his tail dropped between them. Sorry, I had a bad night. Maybe you two should stay here if you aren't well rested. No, I'll be fine. Let's just get some drinks. As Jake walks out of the motel, Mason and I stare at each other. I can instantly tell that he's just as unconvinced as I am. He grabs his keys after some brief hesitation, then heads outside to where the raccoon sits propped up against the truck, and with a cigarette in his mouth. I turn off the lights as I as I follow, a huge lump sitting in my throat as the room becomes bathed in shadow. Or you can just leave the lights on. Fuck it, you're not paying the electricity bill, probably. I mean, I guess you technically are, but that's besides the point. The silence of the Silverstone is deafening, even compared to the car ride here. None of us had a word for the entirety of the 10-minute ride. Mason had tried his best to make an attempt, opening his jaw once or twice, as if he was going to speak, but even he was lost for words. He pulls up behind Kelsey's SUV, where the others are standing in what seems to be their own awkward dilemma. Even if the town was fully crowded, just their anxious aura is enough to give off a spotlight. I jump as Mason turns the truck off, and he gives an apologetic look. Despite his usual obliviousness, even he is sensing something is wrong. When Jake gets out of the car, he immediately pulls out a pack of cigarettes. He is about to light one when Kelsey storms over, her presence alone being intimidating. Not intimidating. Words are hard, man. Words are the difficult. You'll just have to put that out when we get in there, you know? Jake side-eyes her, giving an exasperated grunt before shoving the cigarette back into his pocket, into the package. He scratches at his arm, walking towards the back of the truck as the others come over. Whoa, okay. June looks like he wants to bury himself 6 feet under, while Silas looks as if he didn't sleep last night at all. My own rude awakening doesn't seem so bad now. Everyone's just having a not great time when we could be having a great time, right? Let's go to the beach. Let's dig some holes. Do you all like digging holes at the beach? I like digging holes at the beach. Then I can make little stairs. Then I got my own little clubhouse down in the hall. Mason claps his hands together, trying to alert the others to his attention. He's smiling again, but his eyebrows give away just how fake the attempt is. So, Sam's, yeah? Oh, right. Well, like I said, it's a 2-for-1 special, so we can just get 3 orders of them and we'll be set. I don't really know if... Alright, let's go then. Kelsey starts walking off to the bar, ignoring the Badger's shocked look. Mason and Silas follow, though at a much slower pace. Come on! Don't want to keep him waiting. Jake walks ahead, leaving June and I alone for the first time since yesterday. Both of us are more focused on the others to pay attention to anything else, however. Dude, have the others been weird too? I mean, Mason's been Mason. Jake, though. I guess Silas has been alright. Kelsey's been a bitch this entire morning, though. Maybe that's just Kelsey. Who knows? Is there something going on with Kelsey and Jake? Well, on the way up, things were tense. Neither of them would tell me anything, though. We look over the entrance, and it's a sorry sight. Mason and Silas are looking over to the bar's menu posted in the window. Jake is kicking rocks in the street, and Kelsey is scrolling on her phone, almost with a scowl on her face. Dude, this fucking sucks. Well, we can go do cartwheels in the street if you want. We can go to the ice cream parlor. There are so many things we can do, June, to just make the activities the fun and happy. Do what we want to do. Tell me about it. Let's just get this over with and do something else. I get what June means, but the whole atmosphere just makes me want to crawl back into bed. Even another nightmare would be better than this. Actually, on second thought, never mind. The Badger and I head over to the bar, catching the others' attention. Mason holds the door open as Kelsey, Silas, and Jake enter. June goes in right away, but I look back toward the empty town one last time. Somehow, the place that's caused so many headaches is calming me down for once. Mason nudges me, and I return to look inside. The darkly lit bar, blanketed by blue and pink neon lights, is oppressive from the outside. It doesn't feel inviting in the slightest. Despite the unwelcoming aura, I enter. The door makes a loud bang when Mason lets go of it as he comes in. Our shadows disappear into the darkness as the sun from outside gets locked away. Ooh, what do we got? Is it a fun themed bar? Ah, okay. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. It's over, guys. It's over. I'll probably, like, edit this onto that other part. Since this was only, like, 10 minutes. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you for playing Build 1 of Silverstone. This is a story that's had in the works since 2021, so just the fact that you took the time to read it means a lot. Well, I think you guys did a good job, and I am excited to play more. We're going to be taking a 2-week break starting on the 16th for the rest of January to focus on our health and other projects. We'll return to the world of Silverstone in February. Build 2 will begin Mason's route and contains sprites and music updates, as well as important implement feedback from readers. We estimate it will release sometime within the next 2 or 3 months. Okay. As it's a much shorter update. This was a long build 1. That surprised me. This build was long. Definitely put a lot of work into this. Some questions will be answered, but more will be raised. Will we still see you in Silverstone? Yeah, I'm excited. I'll always play the thingy things. I like sharing these works. And here's like the credits. There you go, guys. You know, this is cool. Oh, go back to main menu. What are we doing? Click it. Oh, yes, back to main menu. There we go, guys. Well, that was Build 1 of Silverstone. Was it a good time? Tell me in the comments. I hope you all had a good time. But I don't want to keep you all trapped here. So we'll be ending the video here, everyone. So I hope you've all enjoyed. And I will see you guys around.